Hello friends, we're going to be talking about modes today. Make sure you're in standard tuning, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to use the major scale to come up with this idea for modes, and this is what really made modes much easier for me. So modes, I want you to think of modes more as a type of sound and a type of feeling that you get when you hear the song or the sound. Like a mood, like a feeling, a certain sense of the essence of the sound. That's what a mode is. You can use the degrees of the major scale to come up with modes, but really you're not going to play that key because the tonal center will be whatever's in the background. So for this demonstration, I'm going to be using the tonal center of C, and I'm going to show you a way to use modes and a way to learn them, and then after that you can practice them and get the fingerings of them down really well, and then you can start to actually just play with whatever you're feeling. So the very first mode is Ionian. The second mode is Dorian. The third mode is Phrygian. The fourth mode is Lydian. The fifth is Mixolydian, the seventh is Aeolian, and the seventh is Locrian. Learning the names of these notes or these modes is going to be really important. So make sure that you're writing them down, and I use this saying to kind of help me remember the order. I don't particularly like milk and lemons. Kind of helps me. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the half-step rule of the major scale to help us get our bearings and where we can practice and learn these modes. So the half-step rule is simply this. In the major scale, you have two half-steps. Half-step between notes 3 and 4, and the half-step in between notes 7 and 1. Everything else is a full step. So what you need to learn is how to play a half-step on one string, right? And then be able to play it, descending, ascending, descending, and then also be able to play it on ascending, and then also be able to play it on adjacent strings. Like that right there. And then if you get that, you're really closer to the game, being able to just use this anytime you want. So we're going to take major, and we're going to go on one string. We're going to go the C note right here on A3, and we're going to play C Ionian. So we're going to go 1, whole step to 2, whole step to 3, half step to 4. Hold to 5, hold to 6, hold to 7, and then a half step to 1. That's C Ionian. And what you can also do is practice Ionian on every string. So you find your C, and so on, and just keep working it until you have as many of them as you can. That way you're really working on the actual landscape of the scale, of the mode, and the sound of it. Okay, number 2 is going to be Dorian. Now here's what we're going to do. We're just going to start number 2, Dorian, with number 2. So we're going to start with that C note again. But instead of saying this is number 1, we're going to say this is number 2. So we're going to do 2, whole step to 3, half step to 4, because that's our half step rule. Hold to 5, hold to 6, hold to 7, half step to 1, and then hold to 2. So by doing this, we're now playing C Dorian. So I have this background loop going of this pad that's got a C note. But when I play these notes, I hear Dorian. I hear C Dorian. I don't hear C major. C Dorian is in the key of B flat, but you're not hearing B flat. You're hearing C Dorian. So always make sure that you know the fingering of that mode. That way you can play whatever mode you want over the background. The next one is Phrygian. That's number 3. So all I'm going to do is change this to number 3. So where's our half step? 3 to 4. We're going to start with a half step. And 5, 6, 7, half step to 1, 2, 3. That's C Phrygian. Very dark sounding mode. Okay, number 4 is going to be Lydian. So we're just going to change this to number 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. There's our first half step. 2, 3, half step to 4. C Lydian. Love the sound of that one. Number 5 is Mixolydian. So we're just going to change this note to number 5. So 5, 6, 7, half step to 1, 2, 3, half step to 4, then 5. C Mixolydian. Next one is Aeolian. This is number 6. So 6, 7, half step to 1, 2, 3, half step to 4, 5, 6. Now you're starting to hear these are really taking on their own little sound to them. I don't charge extra for mistakes. Okay, and then number 7 is going to be Locrian. This is the wildest one of them all. So 7 starts with a half step. 1, 2, 3, half step to 4, 5, 6, 7. Just as long as you're counting those intervals as you're going, you'll be okay. And this is what you do to learn it. The next step is to work it, like I said, on every string, starting with a C note. And then, make sure you know where all your C's are. Okay, step 2 is to learn these in at least 2 string groups. So for instance, I could practice Ionian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, half step to 1. Then I go Dorian. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. Phrygian, same thing. Lydian, the same thing. So, all those right there with 2 strings. Then I maybe practice it on another set of 2 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Once you get that going, then you start to put it in positions. Now, I'll be doing another lesson that deals with 3 note per string patterns that you can do over 2 octaves, starting on the A string and then also starting on the E string. But that'll be a different video. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything new that I post. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit for you guys, and hopefully you'll hear all these different modes being used.